Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, Rand Paul says he wants to legalize marijuana. Obviously, I ain't got a problem with that. He also says he wants to end the war on drugs. I'm all for that. He wants to revisit sentencing guidelines that are causing so many people to spend so much time in prison. All great ideas. He used to be for ending aid to Israel, which I'm all for that, believe me. But he changed his mind under pressure. So I wouldn't take these other things that he's talked about too seriously, because obviously his principles are pretty flexible. Here's an example of that flexibility. He was just down in South Carolina on a little campaign swing. In case you haven't heard, he's running for president. Now, this was a couple of days after the video that showed Michael Slager shooting Walter Scott 6 times in the back as he ran away from him. Just a couple of days after that came up. So this was an excellent opportunity for him to take a libertarian stand, to talk about policing in America, to reach out to the black community. So, what did he do? Did he talk about that? No, didn't say a word. So here he is in South Carolina, and he acts as though the biggest news story of the day just didn't happen. So why is that, you wonder? Well, because he was speaking in front of a conservative white audience who might not have been all that receptive to the message that Black Lives Matter and that policing needs reform. Now, here's another thing Rand Paul's been talking about. He says that he wants corporations to bring their profits back here to this country. And the way he wants to do that is by cutting taxes. But here's what he didn't talk about. The reason why those corporations are stashing their profits overseas is because there are laws on the books that allow them to do that and not pay taxes on those profits. So cutting taxes is not going to have much effect on the corporations doing that, because they're paying no taxes overseas. Here's what Rand Paul did not talk about. That there are laws on the books that allow them to do that. So, if he wants to have corporations bring their profits back over here, why not repeal those laws? Why not repeal all those tax loopholes for the corporations and the rich? Because if you cut taxes, but don't repeal all those loopholes, then nothing changes. It's just a bigger giveaway to the rich. But here's the thing. Rand Paul's a senator. If he really wanted to repeal all those tax loopholes, he's had all this time in the Senate to do that. To just have his staff put together a bill to repeal those loopholes. and bring it to the floor. But he hasn't done that. So now he's talking about cutting taxes, but he's not talking about those tax loopholes. So Rand, why don't you put the rich people's money where your mouth is? Maybe you forgot. Just like you forgot Black Lives Matter when you're talking to white people. Thanks for listening.